Hello and welcome to this review of my NTC KB-6151, not to be confused with the Chicony KB-5161, which is this thing, which almost looks the same from the top. Here's a comparison between the two, but they look quite different from the sides. The Chicony has the shape of a Del 8101, as in the curved case from the side, whereas the NTC resembles the Model M from the side. They're fairly different from each other though, especially in terms of build quality. The Chicony is fairly well built and pretty tough, but this thing weighs almost half again as much at just over 2 kilos, the same weight as a grey badge old IBM Model M, which makes it one of my heaviest keyboards. Now, it's generally said that the Northgate Omnikey is the toughest Alps chassis, and unlike the Omnikey, this doesn't come with any of the useful extras such as a huge array of dip switches for using different layouts and protocols, N-key rollover, variable repeat rate, etc. But in terms of pure toughness, I'd say it's a good match for the Northgate though. It comes with a metal mounting plate and a metal back panel, as well as a strong plastic casing, so it's definitely excellent build quality. Yeah, I'll show you. It sounds pretty tough, doesn't it? It also has nice double-shot ABS keycaps with colored legends for the alt keys, just like on the Northgate as well as most Focus keyboards. And in fact, I think they all come from the same manufacturer, presumably Tai Hao. Here is the model sticker of the keyboard. It was made in 1991 in Taiwan and says model number 6151EN, but the PCB inside says 6151EA, which usually indicates Alps switches, as is the case here. It has rather strange, unscrewable, but fairly simple flip-out feet, and unfortunately the one on the other side is missing. I got this keyboard for 50p from a recycling center, and it has seen a fair amount of abuse over its lifetime, but fortunately it wasn't really filthy or dusty, so the switches weren't affected, and because the board is so tough, it's taken the damage quite well. There is also some damage to the black droplet effect paint on the back panel that you can see here. I kind of like the droplet effect actually, it looks pretty charming. It also has an XT80 switch at the back here, but the sticker, which shows where the XT position and where the AT position is, has come off over time. At the moment it's set to the AT position because I use this keyboard with a simple adapter, not an active converter. And it's kind of good that it needs an adapter actually, because the cable is fixed at the back and it's pretty short. So even although it's quite a stretch with the adapter on it, it doesn't reach at all without the adapter on it. It uses white Alps, which are Alps' most common clicky switch. They're nice and tactile, and although they're very loud, the sound is very pleasant and kind of typewriter-like. Also, this keyboard presents an excellent opportunity to show how much of a difference acoustics and the solidity of the chassis make to the sound of the switches. So compared to the Chicony I showed earlier, which has a completely plastic chassis, and this one which has a metal one, the sound is very different. It's not really louder or softer, but the sound is much more metallic and bassier, and I'd say it sounds better in this chassis actually. I'll give you a little bit of a demonstration here. So this is what they sound like in the NTC. And this is in the Chicony. Quite a difference. They still don't sound as good or as bassy as Blue Alps in a plastic chassis though, and I've broken out my Acer here to demonstrate that. End verdict, excellent keyboard. It's tough as nails, definitely a potential murder weapon. Great key feel, excellent sound, and very nice keycaps, so there's not much more you could want in a full-size clicky keyboard, really. If you can't find an Omnikey to use as chassis and you don't care too much about the customizability on that, this makes an excellent alternative. Even though I haven't seen too many of these pop up, they don't really have the reputation of Northgates, so they're much less expensive, as Northgates tend to go for very high prices, £100 or more depending on the model. They can also both come with blue Alps, which are even better than these white ones. Anyway, if you see one and like clicky switches, give it a spin. That's it for this review. I hope you liked it, and following is a typing demonstration of me typing on this keyboard.